Okay. Stop, 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 stop. So OBS broke again. And then I had to reset a bunch of stuff. But we should be back up. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Well, we're gonna be here a minute. On the plus side, we were really just running around gathering ether currents, so it's not like I got completely screwed over. It's kind of annoying that my internet dropping for 3 seconds is enough to break everything, but thanks, Spectrum. Okay, we still have a few seconds. While we wait, I'm gonna open up D&D Beyond, take a look at my new book that I got today. Sources. Source books. Where'd he go? 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 Fitzban's Treasury of Dragons. Bestiary. Good lord, we got a lot of beasts. There we go. We're back. We're back. Return to Twine. I died. I died because my game broke. Real happy about that. Good God. I almost screamed just now, legitimately. Next one's to the southeast. So that's where we're going. We're going to get all the ether currents, and then we're going to continue with MSQ. Oh my God, this is the one I got right before everything broke. Okay. Or I tried to get, and then everything broke. Is more accurate. A statement. Alright. 720 yalms to the west. Alright, here we go. Which means it's beyond there. In which case, you know what? I have a majority of them. Let us continue with the MSQ, which will naturally unlock the rest of this map, which will make it easier to find shit. Alrighty. Oh, that's what's missing. Hold on. Docs. Stats. Hello? No, 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 no. Where is it? Twitch stats. There we go. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Good lord. OBS. You've irritated me today. It's not a place you want to be, darling. Look at that. That's a thing I was supposed to kill, and that guy did it for me. Alright. Now I get to cool off for a little while. You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look. I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks. Still, I would say we have reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. Nay, Poshoan. This was to be a part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water. Yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures provided shelter for my people, protection from the tempest's turbulent waters and the predators that hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle. The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth. That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary until such a time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming and this great vanishing of water was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing story, yet I cannot help but wonder, How will the significance, or otherwise, of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter. Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Parshan, and we will continue to do all that we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask. We should return to the task at hand. Only do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain. Coming over here. Ishtola, City of the Ancients. Ah, Umbra, have you learned have you learned aught of note? Fascinating. And precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna grab this blue quest. Alright, I love you, bye. Hello, sir. Ether current, please. Okay, he's going in the similar direction. That's fine. Wait, hold up. Are they on the upper level or the lower level? I legitimately cannot tell. I hate... Okay, she's above, he's below. So we're gonna do that one first, because I already started coming down. Never mind. He's above. No offense, I'm just kind of gonna skip over a lot of these, just because I don't have a ton of time right now. Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the results of your investigations. Oh, good lord. Survey point. Okay. Oh, it's one of these games. Alright, this is pretty fun. The tall, slender towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you've seen nowhere else. Okay. And then from over here... I might as well go across and just do the rest of the Ether Current quests. You know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna see what I can get. Might as well. To the northwest. Ah, hello, friend. $334 to the south. $244 to the south. $151 to the south. $92 to the south. $28 to the south. So is it along that like weird little band I'm seeing? Alright, well, I guess I'm going back. On the plus side, I have 6 of 10. That is a good fucking start. Where's the boy? There he is. Thank you. Hey, Stola? And what have you discovered? Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. It would seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade. Umbra, everywhere I turn in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkan Empire, once the greatest power of Novrand, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection. But if not the Ronkans, then who? Who were these ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of their sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies with the reason Emmet Selk withdrew here to the Tempest. He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach, but there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmet Selk is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap 'tis a place more dear to him than any other. Ow. That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities, but here in the first they might have remained untouched for millennia. A copy of the mural in the Kitana Revel. Almet presented it to me during my visit in the Fano, after our victory in Calusia. Here, in the first scene, by Emmet Selk's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected? We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the pixel near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and to the south held no structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest. Alright. I wish it would just show up on my map. It's like hide and seek game is really annoying. Like I can see it. It's right fucking there. But I need to now find how to get up there. There it is. Aye, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder? Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins, countless layers of dust and settlement. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of Ascians. And yet, it did exist. They lived here, in this city. Let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mysteries stirring of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return. Thus, can we surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization? And who else would light the lanterns, as Ryan put it, than Emmett Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there. But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining on the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over. Shtola. Thank you for assisting me in my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Parsh Owen again, and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge. Okay. Zipping over there. Oops. Actually, let's do this for safety. Been a while since I've done it. Elfino's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted. Anything else you can do? Have you been to the Walls of the Forgotten? The remnants to the northwest, yes. You visited them unbidden. Psh. Could it be that your footsteps were guided by the ancients? I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring the light to the walls, that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to shape for us a sacred lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you would visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south. Alright. Alrighty. I'll admit, they've caught my interest. The whole, like, old Asian architecture and stuff has definitely caught my attention. Oh, man. Thought I managed to avoid him. Oh. This is like crystarium material. Oh, that's just great, that is. My mind's playing tricks on me now. Look, Grenold, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. Or might be as you're a ghost, eh? Go on, Foulshade, feast yourself on my rotten soul. Got no use for it. Craftsman what can't craft isn't more pointless than a sea slug with a dome and hammer. That's an insult to bloody sea slugs. Slash psych. Eh? You wouldn't been trying to raise my spirits now, would you? Not what you'd expect from a seven in the netherworld. Have we met before? Wait. Is that this world's... we might have crossed paths back in the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenold, and this here's meant to be me underwater sanctuary. Place where I can give myself over to me work, far from distractions of the outside world. And yet, here you stand. Now what's so damn important you dive all the way down here to the bottom of the bleeding tempest to bother me? Ah, the Undo's lamp. Gods curse me, empty head. I've not so much as made a start. Well, shit. I'm worthless than a sea slug. Nay, the slime left by a sea slug. Me delivering dates long past, me workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins will be an act of deep religious and cultural significance. It was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well... God, my mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I pissed away my last drop of inspiration. I know how that feels, sir. Tell me you've got something to show me. Something that'll give me a muse as a right kick up the arse. The Undo want the honor of coming know these ancients, so the answering light's got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal, but just being sparkly's not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean? Oh, that's why you need the crystal. I've let the Undo down, aye, but more than that, I've let myself down. Might as well go back to mending kettles. What's that you've got there? Such striking beauty. It shines with heartache and laughter and transience of life, like the turmoil of history made manifest. I can see the brilliance of the crystal's legacy. You'd never capture such a gleam, not if you'd labored 100 years. But bugger me if I don't mean to try. Where are me tools? God damn ye. I must set to work before the feeling fades. I can feel it. A vision forming in me mind. Step aside, lass, and let me itching hands get to work. Cutscene? And done! I've taken the wonders of that crystal you showed me and channeled them into a new shape what befits the Undo's spiritual character. Damn. Not a bad job, if I do say so myself. And to think, I was this close to hanging up my hammer and studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length and breadth of old Novarant and gobbled every scrap of crafting wisdom that I could find. No matter which technique I tried, me work was just no comparison. Couldn't even figure out how to put them damn buildings together. Mystery for the ages. That's what drew me here in the first place. I built my workshop, got the forges burning, then lost me bleeding wheel to craft. Thank the gods for that crystal of yours, or I might never have gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your little miracle there has been through the kind of journey they sing songs about. The echoes and the memory it holds just speak directly to your heart. Aye, I can feel them coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away. It's welling up stronger and stronger. Giving me the chance, and I reckon I can weave the Crystal Saga into another things as well. But bugger me, I'd almost forgotten the Undo's commission. If you could drag that lamp over to Talish Ath for me, I'll stay here and dream up new armaments for you right away. Sure. Ah, interesting. Okay, so now I have access to Journey's End gear. Oh, this is my level 20 gear. Or my level 80 gear. Level 20, what the fuck was I saying? Excuse me, sir, will I change right in front of you? Ooh. I like this. I like this a lot. Ooh, I love that sword. Oh my god, that's gonna get glammed into a ton of stuff. I love that shit. Delicious. I got my level 80. Jesus. Fucking that scared the shit out of me. Here we go. What is it that you have there? The sacred lamp. Then the Finless One has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the need of aiding the cups, and now you come to me, bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival was the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear has passed. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of the Forgotten. Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered.
O stewards of the Ondo,
That
we
was
offer
close.
up our light in answer.
That crystal you showed the artisan. Was it... Did it belong to one of my friends? I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day. So tell me, if you would, How did you come across that crystal? It was Brandon's then.
Who was?
Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them. I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking.
Aww.
I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you. To the very end.
Thanks, Ardbert.
Apologies, we were a little late to the gathering.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians.
Yeah.
An Ascian homeland. Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Nor I. But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city. A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
It's a hollow dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
How are you feeling?
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness. Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city. The buildings we spied were akin to our own everlasting abodes, impossibly so. We understood at once the ancients had risen. There could be no doubt. Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
with no water to drown your finless one, could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Shall we?
Come, the way lies downward. Follow the path of coral and rock and join your comrades below. Is there another blue quest around? There's not. We continue. And leave. Ow. All are gathered, yes. Then I shall describe the path you must take. Enter the cavern beyond and follow the walls down and down and down. Once at the bottom, find a passage to the northwest, then continue west and west and west. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance and do not stray into the deep. Just before the journey's end, you will find a Caliban gap in the barrier we placed at its mouth. This obstacle will fade should you raise a hand towards it. We have made it so. A most succinct explanation. We thank you for your guidance. Right, deeper into the depths we go. 300 yalms to the west. Hey. Hey, Uberdanger. Our guide bade us travel to the cavern floor and thence to the west. Yet 'twould seem these twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on direction alone, I suggest we scout with care and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. Okay. 309 yalms to the southwest. To the southwest. I'm ignoring you. Yalms to the west. Ah, there it is. And that would have been the one that was south when I saw it earlier. Ah, Umbra. Ah, Umbra. You have a choice between two routes from here. You can either take the long way to the south along the rocks, or skip along this coral branch as Alizé has done. I, for one, shall be following my sister's example. Well, where's the next ether current? To the west! Either way. Seems it leads in the same direction either way, so... Oh, hold on. No. I didn't mean to do that. Going through a list of things that I need to do still. What's that back another page? Let me see the E, F, G, H. Okay, found it. Something to read after the game today. I got a new D&D book. And of course I'm going to go absolutely ham on it later. 290 yalms to the northwest. So we are going in the right direction. I don't care, fuck off. There you are. Come on. I think I found the tunnel we're looking for. $162 yalms west. There's that boy. We've got 2 left. And another one to the northwest. Alright. Luckily, I'm already heading in that direction. Oh god, I hope it's not up there. That would be so annoying. Ooh, okay, I can go up here. $200 to the west. Oh yeah, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be over here. Well, that makes me feel a little better. Had to grab the exploration though. I probably shouldn't be, but whatever. Alizé. Here, this must be the items. Well, that was rather more arduous than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude for the smooth roads our ancestors cut through the wilderness. 'Twas a treacherous path indeed. Alizé, now I believe one of us needs but raise our hand to banish the next obstacle. Umbra, I elect you to do the honors. Ugh. A little gassy right now. Gone, just like that. I suppose we should head in. Like as not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let's all stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? $246 yards to the northwest. So it's probably going to be along this upper arch. I'm ignoring you. $146. There's Uberdanger. Ignoring you. Good lord! This came out of nowhere, I'm sorry. Hello? Hello? Aw, knee's going nappy time. Have a good nap, my sir. $300 to the south. So we should find our last one soon.
By the gods.
Whoa. It's a straight up like modern city.
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Then we are seeing the same view. The remnants in the Ondo settlement were solid material structures. But these... everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
Umbra, did you note the style of the architecture? 'Tis the same used for the remnants at the cups and the murals painted towers. Look closely. Emmet Selk has not simply reclaimed these ruins, he has layered the semblance of an entire city upon them. Gods, the magnitude of his artifice is staggering. Though it pains me to admit, we did not fully understand the feats of which an old-world Ascian is capable. So I'm automatically getting that one. Quick Arm, Quick Tongue, Battle Dance, or Piety. Let's go with that one. Dookie. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look at the tower to the southeast? We might be able to reach it if we, via the edge of the trench. Okay, where's my last ether current? Where is it? 100 yalms to the south. I have to pee. May have to take a break here in a moment. Excuse me. Good lord. My stomach is, like, not happy right now. I'm thinking of trying to hang out with Kate tonight, too. If possible. Alright. That is all the in-world ether currents. We're still missing a ton of, like, duty ether currents, so I have to assume there's going to be, like, a bunch in here somehow. But, yeah. Don't know how that's going to happen. Or maybe you get a lot of them in the end game. That could be it, too. Wow, you actually get to explore this place too. Holy crap. Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. Umbra Vieris recognized. Welcome to the city of Amarat. Will you be riding the lift? What? Did the building just welcome you? Mayhap it is not so passing strange. Did Emmet Selk not invite Umbra to visit his abode? 'Tis plain thy coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift services every level of the Ancora Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of some few hundred yalms of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. With emphasis on the we, I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone. As you wish. The lift will arrive shortly. Next stop, ground floor. Facilities include the Bureau of the Administrator, the Bureau of the Architect, and the Capitol. Interesting. I got another letter. I need to check my mail. This place is huge. This is awesome. It's only at the distance that you start to realize just how big the buildings truly are. What did that voice call the city? Call the city? Amarat? Look. Look. Over there. Whoa, what the? Is that a person? Ah, no, my mistake. That's a giant. Doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. Giant or no, a resident of this place may have much and more to tell us. I say we make the first move. Elfino, you can't just... Ugh. Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Good God. Oh, what adorable costumes. Are you children on an excursion? This district has much to teach you. How odd. That sounded like no language I've ever heard, and yet I understood every word. Just as he understood us. And which district is this exactly? You must be lost. Poor things. You stand in the Polyrete district, wherein lie the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Ah, I see. You've come to marvel at the workings of the Convocation of 14. Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final days draw near and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Thus you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. You should hurry home now before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We will be fine. Very well. Take care, little ones. Wild. They're like Asian ghosts? What was that all about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emmett Selk wove them from ether, much as he reconstructed the rest of the city. The final days. The final days. Such words befit the oblivion described to us by our Asian foe. A catastrophe of unprecedented scale, which did set in motion the summoning of Zodiac and thence Heidelin herself. But that happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert a disaster here and now. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alfino. This ethereal Amarat and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emmett Selk hath resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the star was sundered. So, we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city inhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, strike up conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it, it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this Convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. To mingling, then. Let's meet back here when our jaws start aching. Fascinating. This place is wild. So I'm a big like ancient lore dork. And there's nothing more ancient than this. This is insane. Nope, can't go that way. But I can go this way. This is so cool. This has my little lore nut heart a-fluttering. Twould seem the hall is host to a most precocious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, shall be the subject of our discussion, young one? The convocation in their handling of the coming peril. 'Tis only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 are the wisest and most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions which keep this star turning season after season. Be it the speaker, La Habrea, or the emissary, Elidibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Logrif, Mitrin, Emet-Selk, their individual titles have, as a gesture of respect and a matter of tradition, become synonymous with the incumbents. Thus, it is with great incredulity that I greet this recent rumor that a seat in convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, 'twould be an unprecedented development, and testament to the immense pressure under which our saviors are toiling. In any event, I, for one, am confident they shall deliver our star unto salvation. Wow. Good gracious child, where is your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the sea, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every dread impulse is siphoned from our minds and given substance. An eternal fall of fiery rain, an incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of this phenomenon. 'Tis as the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical to life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Amarat too resounds to this discordant squall. Should you stay with your loved ones, child, stay with them. Oh, missed it. Went too far because I wasn't paying attention. I was checking stream. An audience with Emet-Selk. I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one. And besides, he will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have been told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation to birth an entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and then they will rewrite the laws of existence. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. Ah, Jesus, I have to go all the way back there. Can't we just meet at the Aetheryte? It takes so long to get anywhere because this place is fucking huge. Whatever. This is so interesting. I legitimately cannot fathom some of this stuff. Umbra, if I was not certain before, then I am now. The people of this city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled Emmett Selk to recreate this ancient Amarat. And yet, I fancy I hear his words to us echoing through this ocean trench. He would have his story known. Let's get some more Quick Tongue, because I plan on playing more Black Mage. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then our next move will become clear. Alright. It would seem our conversations were much alike. A looming disaster, creation magics running rampant in this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was talk of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Ah, Urianger, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancient arts of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. What the mind can conceive may be rendered in reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. Excuse me. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal rites taught by the Asians, wherein ritual ceremony breatheth life into figments of myth and legend. I see we arrived at the same conclusion, then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems that they paid the cost with not more than a fraction of the ether which coursed through their own bodies. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals, mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. An interesting matter which no doubt beareth further study. But despite all these revelations, I worry we're no closer to finding Emmett Selk. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we've heard, it seems the Convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the attendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission. So we tried our luck at the Bureau of the Administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued, but the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that was where we gave up. I wonder, though, Umbra, could you be eligible for one of these writs? The voice in the lift seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the bureaus as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry, just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on thy reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Umbra's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Of course I don't mind. Just lead the way. Then Ishtola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There is surely more intelligence to be had. So we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the Capitol. Splitting the party. If this were D&D, we'd all be fucking dead. Alright, recommendations. Oh ho shit. Well, no wonder. No wonder I couldn't do, this shit before. Patronizing. Whoa. Oh, cool. So it's all basically like, it looks like it's literally like grab and go and grab and go and grab and go. That's interesting. Alright. So let's head over here. Wish I could speed myself up. This is where having a bard leveled would be good. Oh, aren't we looking rather smart this evening? What can I do for you, little one? Robes to serve in lieu of your ensemble? Ah, how prudent. Alas, I have nothing I can offer you at this present time. The ones your associates saw me carrying earlier were a failed experiment. I never intended to make them so small, so I disposed of them shortly thereafter. By your bemused expression, I gather you find it odd that your elders can fail in so simple an application of creation magics. It is more common than you may realize, little one. In this instance, a gaggle of children was passing by, and I held the image of the robes in my mind. Simply by becoming aware of their presence was the form influenced and the final product changed. All things considered, it could have been worse. Just the other day I was attempting to conceive a white-haired lion, when all of a sudden this exquisite eagle alighted on the nearby railing, giving me quite the shock, and dramatically altering my initial concept. And that's how griffins were made. Yes, indeed, it was a most unexpected development, but not an altogether unwelcome one. Great steeds are often born from unexpected impetuses. But even inspiration has its limits. For all the wonders we have wrought, I do wonder if there will come a time when we have fully explored the potential of our powers, when there is truly nothing left unmade, and only iteration and imagination and stagnation remain. Imitation, excuse me. But such esoteric matters need not concern you, little one. For now, I will encourage you to embrace your creativity and work your magics without fear of failure. Nevertheless, it would still be in your best interest to don the appropriate robes to avoid excess scrutiny. Why don't you go to the Bureau of the Architect and request the appropriate concepts so you can fashion one yourself? Interesting. So I was just told, go over there to learn how to make the robes myself. Wild. Come to debate? And at so young an age. Oh, my apologies for jumping to conclusions. My friends are not quite as fond of the Hall of Rhetoric as I am, so I have a habit of chatting up any potential conversation partners. So, if you are not here to debate, I presume you are here to learn about the mysterious and esoteric going on here? 'Twould be my pleasure to act as your tutor in these matters, if you will indulge me. The Hall of Rhetoric is, as its name indicates, a place where citizens may freely gather to discuss and debate all manner of topics. This central forum is ideal for open discourse, but smaller rooms are available for those desiring more intimate conversation. Oh, and there is a wealth of reading material concerning rhetorical techniques and history penned by the greatest minds on offer as well, should you wish to refine your techniques through self-study. To my mind, however, rhetoric is a living, breathing thing that is best experienced in the moment of conception and execution. Perhaps a demonstration would serve to further your education. I saw a contemporary of mine engaging in a lively debate earlier, just outside the hall. Go and see if they're still there, and issue to them my personal invitation to a friendly battle of wits. Okay. But that is precisely my point, that their obsession with this so-called mandate to approve only the most beneficial concepts for wider distribution, never mind the ridiculous subjectivity of their criteria, has led the Bureau of the Architect astray from its original purpose. Huh? Have you business with me, child? Regardless, I am in the middle of a heated discussion with my partner. Come back later. No. My position has nothing to do with the intrinsic value of unique identity and whether or not it is retained. Rather, I posit that the reproductions of a given concept are inherently imperfect, and thus they are themselves unique, albeit in minor but significant degrees, and, most importantly, this variance is not to be condemned, but celebrated. Better that than to strive in vain for an impossible standard that, even if met, would leave us lesser for lack of diversity. My, aren't you a stubborn little bugger? Strangely endearing, I must admit. But we have all the time in the world. Why are you so insistent that I speak with you this very instant? Ah, you are acquainted with that chatterbox. I suppose I do owe them a debate or two. And now is as good an occasion as any. So be it. So they debate, like, fundamental existential concepts. It's not like they're not debating about, like, whether it's right or wrong to do something. They're not even debating ethics. They're debating, like, fundamental properties of the universe. I see you found my friend. Thank you, little one. Then without further ado, let us commence the promised debate. As to the matter of what subject we shall debate today, I have proposed the recent calamity which has befallen our friends across the pond. What say you? The singular point of contention is, of course, whether or not Amarat should intervene on their behalf. I believe we should. The scale of the disaster which threatens that distant metropolis is a scale heretofore unseen, and so equally considerable resources must be considered to counteracting its effects. I disagree. The scale concerns me less than the nature of the proposition itself. Who are we to unilaterally intervene in the affairs of those half a world away? Are we to be saviors for one and all? Such arrogance may well lead to our own downfall. While I understand your concerns from a philosophical standpoint, I fear you are too quick to dismiss the practical considerations out of desire to maintain an unassailable moral authority. But let us, you and I, hold here for a moment, for the present, and offer the floor to a young student. You have heard our opening salvos in this debate concerning the fate of our neighbors across the sea. What is your opinion on the matter? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, it's indolence. We cannot save everyone. Sometimes it is all we can do to save ourselves. I think we'll go with that. Indeed, indeed. The same can be said regardless of one's opinions on morality of intervention. There is a clear and undeniable benefit to Amarat in using this situation as a test bed for our newest creations, that we might develop and refine our defenses against a potential threat to our own fair city. How readily you cede the moral high ground. Was not our young friend's point that we have an ethical obligation to aid those in need? Yet not only do you instead elect to focus on the benefit to Amarat alone, but you also deprive our distant neighbors of the agency to determine their own fate. You misunderstand me. What benefits Amarat benefits all creation. I firmly believe, for the knowledge and wisdom we stand to gain from intervention can then be shared with others, empowering everyone to more efficiently surmount similar trials in the future. This is wild, because these are concepts. They are not arguing whether it is right or wrong to help people. They are arguing whether it is right to benefit from helping people versus not helping and still somehow not losing. They're arguing the concept of winning and losing. I must say, it's been far too long since I engaged in such a refreshing exchange of ideas. My colleague was equally delighted by the opportunity, you may be assured. Some decry it as little more than an academic exercise. After all, we failed to reach a meaningful consensus, but I dare say they missed the forest for the trees. Are we not more enlightened by the experience? Have we not been exposed to a greater variety of viewpoints? Is there not value in this alone? I truly believe we are blessed to be a part of a society that exalts the free exchange of ideas and that encourages active participation in the public discourse. This may have been no more than your first foray into the exciting world of rhetoric, but I sense you have the soul of a debater in you. You may well have the potential to change Amarat in ways no one ever thought possible. I shall be watching your trajectory with great interest, my young friend. Whoops. Okay, I have to pee, and I need to refill my water, so I'm gonna be right back. Oh, good lord. I've also been sitting for a while. Water refilled, bathroom break had, and we're back again. Doing the thing. Yeah, yeah. I'll also say, I absolutely adore the sound in this area. Like, it's just so unabashedly pretty. Yeah, I just have these last two. Greetings and welcome to the Bureau of the Architect. Are you in need of assistance? It would be my pleasure to answer any questions you might have. To your left is the counter where you may submit registrations for new creations. To your right, you will find the counter where you may requisition concepts on file. Am I correct in assuming you're not familiar with the services we provide? I see. A more detailed explanation is in order, then. There we go. You understand that by harnessing the power of creation, we can give physical form to all manner of concepts, yes? Picture a bouquet of fresh, fragrant flowers, all the colors of the rainbow. Now, picture those self-same flowers formed of delicate crystal, impossibly fragile and radiating hues beyond the visual spectrum. Every day, our people push the boundaries of imagination to conceive new and striking designs like these. But there are limits to what a single individual can shape with their abilities alone. Those who harbor greater ambitions may offer their concepts to others here, that they might, with the strength of many, accomplish what one cannot. Not all concepts are approved for wider distribution, of course. Dangerous, subversive creations pose a risk to everyone, and so it is only after comprehensive evaluation, after a concept is judged to further the greater good, that we permit it to be shared with the community. Do you understand, little one? Since you're here, I think you might benefit from conversing with some of the others currently availing themselves of our services. Why don't you go and speak with some of the citizens waiting for their registrations to be processed? Much as I would like to believe my explanation was more than sufficient, I expect that you may gain greater insight in this way. Okay. Hello, hello, little one. So rare is it to see one of your size roaming around here. Come to learn about the Bureau, are we? I'm here today to register a new creature. Boneless and with a semi-translucent skin. It drifts through the air like a dancer on a summer breeze, its tentacles trailing behind. It utilizes gas bladders to propel itself from place to place, you see. I'll admit, it's not the most elegant of designs. I'd not shed a tear if it were rejected, quite frankly. But what can I say? I take pleasure in conceiving unorthodox designs. A beginner like you shouldn't take after me, though. If you're looking to pick up a few tips, you should probably ask someone else. Ah, is that my number they just called? If you'll excuse me. Are you the child I saw speaking with the attendant earlier? I thought so. So young and already so eager to learn about concepts and creations. That curiosity will serve you well, little one. I've been credited with a few popular concepts, I'm proud to say. I'm hoping that my latest will be equally well received. Autonomous figures. I say my latest invention, but really it's a product of many others' efforts and individual insights. But such is the case for every masterwork, I reckon. Autonomy notwithstanding, these creatures know no fear. They are wholly devoid of emotion and will without hesitation or resistance engage in any dangerous activity, even if death is assured. There's a beauty in that, I think, and I hope the officials do so as well. I tell you, there is nothing more nerve-wracking and thrilling than the waiting period before you receive the result. I love it and hate it in equal measure. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. If you're still keen to learn more, why not pester that worrywart over yonder? Come to think of it, I think their particular creation was designed to appeal to children. Welcome to the Bureau of the Architect, little one. Are you here to request a concept for personal use? If so, what sort of concept did you have in mind? Ah, communal robes. That will take but a moment to prepare. But before I fill your request, I should caution you. Pardon me for asking, but your creative potential is, relatively low, is it not? We are trained to assess these things, and I fear that you do not possess the ability to express this concept in physical form. It's almost as though you completely lack it, though that can't possibly be. But regardless of the reason, you needn't worry. We have special tools that may be used to address this very eventuality. I will furnish you with an etheric rope you can use to restrain one of the misbegotten cubuses that congregate in the plaza north of the Academia Andir. You will need to weaken your quarry before you can reliably bind them, but once you have, you can repurpose their energies to create your own robes. You there, an aspiring creator come to learn about the Bureau and its inner workings, I trust. That's all well and good, but since you're here, perhaps you can help me with a little something? I've been refining a concept of mine for some time now. Adorable little creatures designed to be perfect playthings for a young citizen. But I'm still terribly unsure if it's ready to be submitted for approval. Which is why I was hoping you might first put it through its paces and tell me what you think. Your honest opinion. I'll have no flattery from you, young man. This matrix will allow you to summon my creations, but don't use it here. Take it outside first. And don't be afraid to play rough. It's all part of the fun. Okay, go turn in that one. How did you find my lovelies? Were they as delightful and engaging as I'd hoped? Tell me everything, spare no detail. I say, they sprouted nonsensical phrases and attacked you like mad bees. Not distressing, and not at all like what I intended. My sincerest apologies to you, little one, for the unpleasant experience. Still, from these experiences do we grow stronger and wiser. I look forward to the day when you will try your hand at a creation too. Interesting. Two left, and one's my main story quest. The other one's a thing I have to do down here. Alright, there's one. I was supposed to catch it. Dookie, forgot about that. Got it. Back over here. Ah, shit. Welcome back, little one. Did you succeed in binding a cubus? You have done well, little one. Allow me to siphon its energies and prepare the matrix for you. Should only take a moment. Here you are, a creation matrix that you may use to generate your own robes. The concept is inscribed upon the crystal, which has been infused with the ether of the beast you brought me. What? Why are you looking at me as though you do not know how to channel the powers of creation? It is as natural as breathing. Even a newborn babe has the instinct. Even if your potential is lacking, as one of our people, you must surely know what to do. Okay, so that's why I have the crystal. Got it. Alrighty. This etherite is huge. Like, etherites are big, but this is like... That's the size of a regular etherite, and then that's the rest of it. Why are people just like screaming in shout chat? Ugh. A visitor's writ. Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Umbra Vieris. Please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Member Virus, your application is ready for collection. As your residency was approved by Emmett Selk himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here are your application documents. Submit them at the Bureau of the Secretariat, and the clerk will issue you a visitor's writ for the capital. Good lord. Oh, this music is just like so soothing, and I'm just like chilling here. Like, there's a level of relaxing music that will always put me to sleep. And this is like textbook. Like, it's just like nice chords, a very like relaxed rhythm, but still very like regimented, and the metronome in the background is doing it no favors in terms of making me sleepy. So lovely. Ow. Excuse me. Good lord, my poor tummy today. It's so mad at me. Ow. All right. Bureau of the Secretariat. Next, please. Visiting the capital, are we? Please take a seat. Your name will be called once your application has been processed. May I? You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of Emmett Selk? Nay, there is no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I know only that my name is Hythlodaeus, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. These others seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if Emmett Selk's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstruction. A stray thought would have been enough. Hythlodaeus will realize the truth, for example. We were close friends once, you see. Yet in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest, a bit part, meant to bring color and noise to this well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. If you've come this far, then you know the catastrophe which awaits us on the morrow. The final days. What began as isolated incidents soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavored to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. And from their sacrifice, Zodiac was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet, oh, how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the water poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give of themselves to Zodiac. Another half of our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we reconsidered the means by which we might protect it. The Convocation decided thus. We would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiac. In return, he would restore to us those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our role as stewards. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that enough had been sacrificed to Zodiac, that this new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life energies in the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their opposing belief, and for the first time in history our people stood divided. Know you then how this conflict ended? I thought you might. Selk has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiac. The original plan may have been set back by millennia, but he will have not abandoned his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Selk is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. "'Tis truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry." Umbrovirus. It seems your turn has come. Pray, do not let me keep you. There was one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? Nay, I see no definite form, just the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion. Your connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The color of your souls tells the tale. A hue that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. This is just the kind of fate I might expect up for one such as she. Surely Emmett Selk has recognized the hint of her in you. Hydaelyn. We're pieces of Hydaelyn. Umbra Virus. Fare you well, my new friend. My new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. Your visitor's writ, as requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, simply present the document to the attendant within. Do, 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 do. Finally! You were gone so long, I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. Oh wait, this is Thancred. Finally! You were gone so long, I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fare you in your bureaucratic ventures? Ah, I see my instincts were correct. And a good thing, too. Urianger and I weighed our chances of breaking into the capital, and official entrance is by far the more attractive option. The capital boasteth not a single armed sentry. 'Twould seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. The windows and doors, however, appear heavily warded. Though mightily did we strive, with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one ilm. Mayhap 'twas simply the case that Emmett Selk's recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course, but we'd thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, Ryan and I tried asking about a cure for you. The problem is, these ancients didn't exist beyond Amarat's today. They will happily tell their own tales, but whenever we attempted to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. What of you, Umbra? What art worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a writ? A great in a great sacrifice of life in exchange for their brethren's resurrection. And you say all the Ascian scheming has been leading to this? All this time. But if they still mean to enact this plan, then things won't end with the rejoining. I thought we knew their intentions in full. Restore this world to its former glory and in turn empower Zodia as shit. Yet that was merely a step along the way. I hesitate to put it into words, but we have to assume that following the final rejoining, the Ascians mean to draw on the lives of the Source to make their sacrifice to Zodiac. That does seem to be the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Ascians would be spared that fate. But what value is there in surviving when all our history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot conscience such an act. Of course not. And that's to say not of what Emmett Selk plans for the Exarch's power. Do we stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past? We need to find him, Umbra, and when we do, make your mark. Change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before and those who came after. By everyone you've ever met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in the future calamity, will smile and say, I knew you could win. Is fighting him itself the only way? He created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him if we even can. And if you push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies with you, just as it lies with each and every one of us. And now I have flight. Shadowbringers. Do you remember the talk we had atop the tower in Mode Soak? I'm still of the same mind as I was then. I don't abandon you, you don't abandon me, and together we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore through those veils of light from the sky. If we keep taking that next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes or how much it hurts, you can count on me to keep on walking. Off a note. Volthry spoke of the disaster we would bring upon our own heads. This ceaseless conflict. Imagine how he would sneer to see what's become of the first, not to mention your perilous predicament. And yet, who can deny the fire your deeds have ignited in people's hearts? You achieve what my logic and ideals never could, uniting disparate peoples under the banner of hope and common purpose. Without you, that giant Talos would never have raised its head. I have borne witness to many such miracles at your side, and would do so again. This is but another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it. Drag me through wonder and danger as you are wont to do, and I shall endeavor not to slow you down. As well thou knowest, if we are to usher Emmett Selk unto his rest, we must needs bind his Asiad soul and then shatter it with overwhelming force. The former task requireth oversight, and such I have prepared, upon the Essox asking no less, though 'twas never my intent to provide said boon. The future whence our noble friend doth hail is a world fallen to Asian artifice, and he would not see such grim history repeated. In a sense, Emmett Selk's destruction will be the culmination of the Exarch's efforts, a reward for all he hath endured these many years. Yet even as thou stridest into the jaws of peril, forget not but that his fondest wish, and that of many others besides, is to see thee survive unto the morrow. 'Tis in pursuit of that happiness, the happiest of outcomes, that I do pledge to remain at thy side. Our path in the first has been a never-ending succession of trials, as arduous as our path in the source ever was. Yet though all our journeys together, through that deep and foreboding wood, you have helped me to stay true to my convictions. Thus would I return the favor. Do as your heart decrees, without hesitation or regret, and that is all I will say on the matter. Well, this has put everyone in a solemn mood, hasn't it? Honestly, we're not even sure this will be the end of it. But I suppose we should speak our minds when we have the opportunity. You taught me that much in our meringue. So, forgive me this moment of sentiment, Umbra. By dragging me into this sorry mess, you've given me the chance to think and act as I should have, for Rain's sake. Words cannot express how much this has changed my life or how grateful I am for your support. So, I shall express my gratitude through action instead. No matter where you decide to go, I will be there guarding your back. Voice? When Minfilia entrusted me with her power, she warned me that no matter how strong you become, you can still fall victim to despair. you can still feel powerless. She was right. After you collapsed on Mount Gulg, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. If I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light within you, I was terrified you would die. Even now, you could be moments from turning, and I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you've all been there when I needed help. Minfilia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you, and I want to. I do, but I'm not good enough. She told me to follow your example, and I've tried. I've really tried. And you shouldn't hang your head. I shouldn't? I'm not sure Actually, never mind. I think I'll understand better if I try it for myself. No, nothing will come of brooding here in self-pity. I've made my decision, Umbra. I'm going with you. Welcome to the capital. All visitors must present an official writ of permission before admittance will be granted. Your documents appear to be in order. You may proceed into the capital, but any guests you may choose to bring with you must remain in your vicinity at all times. Voiced cutscene?
This really is unacceptable. I gave you very specific instructions.
Emmet Selk.
My invitation was for an abomination, ripe with the power to bring about the world's annihilation. Not this half-broken thing. Whatever am I to do with you? And I see you insist on keeping the same familiar company. Are you so lost without them?
It is not she who is lost without the familiar. Not content with remaking an entire city, you aim to fill it with the reconstituted souls of the dead.
I may have gotten a little carried away in my attention to detail, added a few unnecessary flourishes. Well, there's no point trying to hide it. Yes. Once the rejoining of worlds is complete, Zodiac will regain his full strength and shatter his prison. Then we shall offer up the Source's remaining inhabitants in sacrifice, that we might resurrect our brethren who died to bring Zodiac into existence. But what was it that you came here to do exactly? Well, you can't have him. The wisdom that man guards may open up new worlds of possibilities. He has unlocked the secrets of travel across the rift, and through time as well, it would seem. Quite an accomplishment for one of his incomplete nature. I must explore the limits of his capabilities and harness that power for the Ardor. Even now, after everything, you refuse to see reason. You think it unfair that you are subject to suffering? That your lives will be sacrificed for the Ancients? Look at me! I have lived 1,000 of your lives. I have broken bread with you, fought with you, grown ill, grown old, sired children, and yes, welcomed death's sweet embrace. For eons have I measured your worth and found you wanting. Too weak and feeble-minded to serve as stewards of any star. Have your recent spats with Vorthri and his Sin Eaters taught you nothing? Have you not learned that your ignorance and frailty beget only endless misery? How long do you mean to perpetuate this farce? How much more must I endure your bumbling interference? Let us imagine that the laws of reality are again undone, and the world faces true annihilation. Do you honestly believe that half your number would sacrifice themselves to save the other? Of course they wouldn't! And if you had witnessed history unfold as I have, you would reach the same conclusion. You cannot be entrusted with our legacy. I will bring back our brethren, our friends, our loved ones. The world belongs to us, and us alone.
Emmet Selk! We understand, truly, but it makes no difference. The ones you love are in the past, while ours are here in the present. One day, we too will be ashes and dust, but not today. Our time is not yet finished. We share your conviction, and that is why we will not abandon our course.
You think us the same? You think your tattered soul of equal worth to those I lost? Then come. Earn your place. Prove yourselves worthy to inherit this star. End of our era and the beginning of our great work. A fitting backdrop for your final judgment. shall wait within. But do not spend too much time on your preparations. There's no telling how much longer the guest of honor will last.
All right. While we wait. Oh, we've already got the healer. So theoretically, it should be like any second until the DPS pop in. You know, from a hypothetical standpoint, because it usually doesn't take them long. I see who's online. Never mind, we're not going to. Here we go. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da-ba.
Welcome to the final days of Amarant. The fabric of our star began to fray, and the unchecked energies of creation begat malformed beasts. Just as prayer gives rise to primals, our dread made manifest our deepest fears. the land buckle. The cities burned. The waters ran red with blood. Yet this is far from the worst of it. Come, and I will show you. And you will see the end of a world.
Alright.
The star was fading. We saw we had to weave its laws anew. But between us and our goal loomed a final misbegotten fiend.
That was tough.
Well, well, you prevailed. Nevertheless...
Your performance was underwhelming, and I remain unconvinced of your worthiness. Oh, you tower over your misbegotten ilk, no doubt. But should I bring my full strength to bear, well, you would be as leaves in the wind. The gulf between us is a reflection of the disparity between the world as it was and what it has become.
Our worlds may not live up to your lofty standards, but they are our worlds, our homes, full of life and love and hope. And we won't stand by and let you destroy them!
Alizé!
You are a mistake. For we who have known perfection, the shattered source and these shards are ghastly mockeries of the true world. The ephemeral lives you exalt are pale imitations, utterly devoid of meaning.
Belittle us all you like, but we will rise again and again, and give the lie to your insults through word and deed. We define our worth, not the circumstances of our creation.
More prattle.
Fool, who are you? No one, nothing. Once I have reclaimed my heritage, my first act will be to expunge your stain from history's weave. My world will have no need for heroes.
Still fighting the good fight.
It is true that all we hold dear is fated to fade away. But that is no reason for us to forsake it.
To take what steps we may, and thus mark the road for those who would follow. To strive for the best of all futures, Be this not also thy purpose?
Do not presume to speak of my future. And you? Why waste your final moments in futile defiance? Weary wanderer, you've no fight left to fight, no life left to live. You see, the light will not be denied. Surrender to your fate, and let the transformation take you. Rise up in madness and fury. Devour the vermin infesting the land which is rightfully ours. Now, Reed! Now!
Fight it. You have to hold on.
If you had the strength to take another step, could you do it? Could you save our worlds? Take it. We fight as one. This world is not yours to end. This is our future. Our story.
What?
No, it can't be. That trick of the light. You are a broken husk, nothing more.
No.
How can you
We're
hope to stand against me
we're
alone?
an Asian split among 13 worlds.
stand together.
Exarch! Graha!
How? I'm surprised you can stand at all.
I could not well leave matters half finished. Let expanse contract, eon become instant. Champions from beyond the rift, Heed my call!
He's reuniting the Warriors of Light?
Damn you all!
Very well. Let us proceed to your final judgment. The victor shall write the tale, and the vanquished become its villain. But come, let us cast aside titles and pretense, and reveal our true faces to one another. I am Hades, he who shall awaken our brethren from their dark slumber.
Oh yeah. I was planning on stopping, but we're gonna keep going.
Show me your vaunted strength, and I shall expose the lie of your fragmented existence.
Yeah.
By darkness we purge. Darkness reigns. Bleed, fool. You are wood. The arcane is mine to command! Scurry and scatter! The arcane is mine to command! Bleed, fool! Stifled by this vessel of flesh!
The limit gauge just reset? Oh, I went down. Didn't even see that. Why can't I move? Why can't I move? Why can't I move?
My goal is present. Dream now with a dark tomorrow. Bio-gathered might must be reclaimed its vain reflections. In Zodiac's name, I beseech you! Is anyone free? No. Damn you. Damn your wretched blessing.
Oh, I got player commendations. Nice.
Will not yield. Should I submit to this fight, what will become of it all? What will become
Arbor attacks.
Remember. Remember us. Remember that we once lived.
It's over. Selk is no more.
More importantly, how do you fare?
What dost thou see?
Her ether. It is as it used to be. As a disciple of Zodiark, the Ascian was the darkness to your light. I can but assume that when you set your strength against his, the light within you was spent.
No, it's more than that. Under the strain of that incredible flood of ether, your soul had begun to break apart. Yet now it seems somehow restored.
Ardbert.
I tried to help you before the battle, but Selk stopped me. So, how did you... exactly what did you... Can you tell us what happened? I see.
Graha.
Where to start? I believe I owe you all an apology. And you, most especially.
Aww. Sweet boy.
Well, It is good to be awake.
So, those mad souls dove straight into the ocean over there, did they?
All I could see from here was the whale, Master Chai.
'Twas surely Alphino and those friends of his. They did something heroic, mark my words. You need only look up there for proof of that.
As you say, my love. They're sure to be back any moment now. Any moment.
They are coming back, aren't they? I couldn't bear the thought of...
Aww.
They're there, dear. Everything will be all right.
There, look! Over there, over the beach!
Ho there! Greetings!
You all right?
Welcome back!
I didn't think we'd be swimming the whole way back. Heavens. Heavens. Take me.
Alphino! Oh, hells.
Wait! Where's Urianger?
He must have fallen behind.
But shouldn't we look for him?
He'll wash up sooner or later.
For the love of Alphino!
Welcome back, dear ones!
And thus did salvation come to the first. The lamps of Amarot will fade along with Emet-Selk's enchantments, and the depths shall be as once they were. Mount Gulg will one day fall, and the Talos below yield to wind and rain. This tale, too, will fade with time, passing into legend as the world heals and moves on. Nevertheless, As ether obeys the cycle, as death and decay gives way to new life, so too do the memories we share inspire others to rise to greatness. For we who walk before may lead those who walk after. Your road goes ever on, as does your story, as does your legacy. Such is the hero's lot, to touch the lives of countless others.
Excuse me? You're the Warrior of Darkness, aren't you? Where are you from, really? And how did you get to be so strong?
Is that like a reincarnated Ardbert?
By your deeds has the blinding light been banished from these skies, and the Sin Eaters driven to retreat. Although our many hurts will be years in the mending, I have faith that this world and her people will one day be whole once more. With no rejoining in prospect, the Source need no longer fear the coming of an 8th umbral calamity.
And with that triumph, the future from which you came will no longer come to pass. Yet here you still stand.
So I do. I wonder if that other age continues onward somehow, cut adrift from time's flow. Or have I simply etched myself a place upon this new block of history? Either way, this is an unexpected development. As the summoner of your souls, my death was meant to release you back to your world. Yet I am very much alive, and you are still stuck here in the First.
I believe I speak for us all when I say that we are happy to postpone our return if it means your life is spared. We will seek out another way.
Besides, I never had any intention of rushing home. There are people here I still need to thank, and this means I might actually have time to do so.
Yet we dare not neglect our comrades in the Source. Mistress Tataru, to name but one, will be most anxious to know how things stand with us.
So, you'll just have to make the journey alone for the moment. Be sure and give a full report to our fellow scions, would you? Oh, and we'd also appreciate any news you can bring us from back home.
Then I see no reason to delay. I can open the path from here.
I imagine we each have matters demanding our attention, so let this be a farewell for us all. Send word when you've resummoned our friend. Oh, and do try to ensure she arrives within the city next time.
Of course. I shall strive for utmost accuracy. No strange forests or unplanned passengers, I promise.
I'm a little relieved, to be honest. I would have been terribly lonely if everyone had suddenly disappeared. But I understand that you have to go. Safe journey, warrior of darkness. I hope to see you again soon.
Just a moment while I attune the portal. Then you can be on your way. When I was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But like a fool seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short. And then one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me in the flesh. A hero who looked at the horizon and beyond and saw I knew not what. All I knew was that I would give anything to stand at that hero's side. Would that it was so easy. The glory of the heavens was ever beyond the grasp of those who never thought to reach for it. But if I have gained anything from all of this, It is the courage to stretch out my hand. Do you hear me, Grahatia? This is no time for sleeping.
Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace in the Source. Oh, right. Xenos is possessing like a guard.
To the west gate. I want to know what's happening there.
Same as the others. Struck down with a single blow. An unfortunate day to draw guard duty. Forgive me. These were your people.
We took advantage of this slaughter to slip into the palace. 'Tis not for me to grieve them. That was the Emperor.
Oh.
Wait! Ugh. You Radiants!
Gaius, you've missed your part in this, I'm afraid.
Ow.
Identify yourself, demon!
You were hoping for the Ascian?
Oh.
The Craven shed this skin and fled, rather than face me. A pity. I was looking forward to crossing blades with myself. But I cannot deny the feeling of satisfaction. Body and soul reunited at last.
So that is Xenos.
What now? The game continues, but the pieces have changed.
Only if we trust in a Paragon's words. A mistake I do not intend to repeat. Gaius!
He speaks the truth. Elidibus is gone. Tore a hole into the rift. Xenos, my foolish, greedy son. Was a second life not enough? Was the Empire too rich a prize to ignore? True freedom for our nation, our people, will never be won by a spoiled princeling. The burden of this throne is beyond you.
Damn.
Tis you, father, who have struggled with this burden. Simply holding the Empire together has occupied your limited faculties. But you may take comfort in knowing that I have no intention of pursuing your tedious agenda. Nor am I interested in ruling over the Empire's lands. I came only to remove that which ruins my sport. I will not have my prey stolen by your petty wars and cowardly weapons.
You would kill me just for that.
I need no other reason. Any and all who interfere with my hunt will not do so twice!
Damn.
I heard the Ascians speak of Zodiac, an Eidolon. Even the will of this star is but a construct of our own making. We shall gorge upon their strength, and then, my friend, our contest shall begin anew.
Glad I got that reminder. But, Umbra, is that really you? But how? When? We didn't think you'd be back for ages. Wait, so it does. The reports you had delivered by that excitable little pixie said as much. As for the situation on this side, the Imperials are still eyeing our forces from afar. From what I'm told, the Garlean armies have been slow to react and seem reluctant to commit to any large-scale engagements. It's an odd sort of stalemate. Otherwise, we've yet to see any signs of that awful Black Rose weapon we were warned about. Oh, but I suppose we did call in an old friend to help out on that count. Kryl and I had a terrible time tracking him down, though it was worth it to see the look on your face when you find out who it is. Anyway, I was just about to make contact with this helper of ours, and then confirm the latest news from the front. Might you fancy having a rest while I do? Ah, the Warrior of Light back where she belongs, just as if nothing had happened. Though you do seem a bit different somehow. You'll have to tell me all about your adventure when we next have a spare moment. Until then, welcome back. I love you, Tataru. On the moon. Oblivion has claimed him. Emmett Selk, gone. La Habrea, gone. I alone remain, the last of the unbroken. Once more I move to reevaluate the potential of these tattered souls. Ah, Xenos. Never did I dream you could overpower me so completely, possessed as I was of your body in all its uncanny strength. And now that I have shared with you the truth of this world and its reflections, who can predict how events will unfold? Not I. Emissary. What a poor jest that title has become. The flow of history has become muddled, its currents wild beyond my capacity to direct them. You have wrested the advantage, Heidelin. The thieving hands of your disciples tighten their grip on our star. The origins of the world remain hidden, and its inhabitants ignorant of their broken existence, just as you and your creators desired. They celebrate the gift of imperfect life, uncaring, unknowing as we weaken and fade. But do not imagine yourself rid of us. Though your champion has indeed proven the most egregious obstacle to our ascendance, a barbed thorn in my side, she may yet be removed and cast into the abyss. Oh yes, it can be done. I will keep these heroes mired in the first, and victory will be ours at last. Warriors of darkness now, are they? Then their fate is decided. They shall meet the same end as those who came before, death at the hands of the Warriors of Light. So he's going to empower a bunch of people in the first to be Warriors of Light to combat the Warriors of Darkness, is what I'm getting. It seems you are right. Yes, there is something out there. But it would mean crossing malms and malms of this infernal emptiness, which is rather unhealthy for living creatures as I understand it. Even were we to restrict ourselves to brief forays, I don't imagine the effect it would have on our ether. I read that wrong. But you still want to go, don't you? We may have saved the world, but we haven't reclaimed it. Ah, when you put it that way. What choice do we have? Well, of course I'm going with you. That's what family is for, isn't it? Come, let's head back and prepare for this mad journey of yours. Thank you, Thancred. Though blazing skies give way to gentle night, what hand can end the war of dark and light? And that is where we will end tonight's session. Because I am tired. So thank you everybody so much for joining. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.